Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Sending me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So today I'm going to talk on heart over mind, and to come into the heart over living in the mind. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. So to start with, you want to go with the heart over the mind. All right. So when you're born, especially in nowadays society, um, you're conditioned and you're programmed to pretty much live within the mind more often because most of society is left-brained nowadays, right? And this is left-brainedness is logical, this is mathematical, and this is individual, more egoic, and it's mental because it's masculine energy that pretty much permeates or is building the left brain, right? So we are pretty much we're conditioned to live within the mind, and we're also given the mind because the mind doesn't actually exist, but it is built for us, and we are then given the mind, and we become very, very deeply entangled, you know, within our own karma, which is given to us. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make your way into the heart over the mind. All right, which is, it may not be the easiest, but it isn't as hard as you may think, because what you're thinking is probably just entanglement, right? So coming into the heart, it's going to require the realization that the mind is only getting you constricted and is binding you further within a conceptual reality, illusory concept. Okay, when you come into the heart, you're gonna have a deep experience of oneness, which is a basis of all life. Okay, and it's going to nourish you. You don't want to live within the mind your whole life, because this is poison, pretty much. But it is needed. You got to have a balance, is what it means, you know, over emotions and mind. You need to balance the two, rather than just being purely mental, which is what they're conditioning us to do all throughout our lives. You know, even when you're in the womb, they're programming you already to be a mentalist. Okay, and in this way they're making mechanistic beings, or they're making robotic beings, and they're only doing this because they're easier to control in mass, right? The mind is very easily controlled, and it's more efficient for capitalistic living, and even consumeristic living, and it's even it can be disharmonious as well, which is what they're going for. Okay, but when you're in the heart, all of that is you're liberated, pretty much, you know, because you're coming in tune with the tree of life over the tree of knowledge. You need both, but you need to balance the two. Okay, and they're teaching to live within they're teaching you to live over excessively in the mind, right? and this is destabilizing. Okay, and it kind of it can hurt you in a way. So in this way, they're creating robotic beings, and it's only getting worse. You can see that people are you can see that people are creating, or people are becoming cybernetic. If you're using the phone for a third of your day, then you're third of a robot, because you're spending a third of your day on the technology, and this is literally like an attachment to you, and now they're have all sorts of different enhancements that they're legally able to implant in you with your permission, and these can further take that whole creation of cyborgs or robotic beings or mechanistic beings to another level, which is just going to keep progressing. So this is just us getting caught in the mind, but only mind where emotion slowly starts withering away. Then you become a robotic being. So you need to go with emotion, more so. And it's kind of already against us, because once again, the institutions don't really push for emotion. They push more for mental capabilities. They want you in the mind, and they want you thinking 24/7. And most people are thinking 24/7, and they'll do this their whole lives until they get told not to. And then they have to go to the disciplining to be able to actually stop thinking 24/7. But then you can come into liberation. Okay, if you're able to stop thought, you can liberate yourself on many levels, not just the mental level. Okay, so you got to choose the heart over the mind. Now, by this, you got to stop following what your thought is telling you, or what you're thinking, and just do more of what is truly making you blossom, emotionally, like more of what you were doing as a child, because children are more in tune with their emotions over their mind. So you got to kind of make a revert, but you got to keep an adolescency as well. You got to go back into your youthfulness, and you got to allow this to blossom. Okay, otherwise you can get trapped. Okay, and this will kill you. This will literally kill your soul. But that's literally just a process of extraction. They're extracting your soul. Okay. And it begins to wither, and that withering of your soul is them extracting your soul. Okay, we'll say priests, the Catholic priests, or various different mages, people with very, very higher powers go to the process of extracting your soul. Okay, this is the truth, but it goes deeper. You can exaggerate on it, but you got to do your own research as well. Connect with the Akash, and pull in the information yourself. Okay, but you can go off on what I've given as well. So revert back to the heart. Once again, this is the place to be. This is the space to be. Do some heart chakra meditations. This is where you would center yourself in the heart as you are meditating, and these can be very, 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 very beneficial for your well-being. All right, but you need to make the you got to revert back into your youth, where you're following your heart. You know, you got to be in honesty as well, because truth is living within the heart. Okay, so honesty as well. This is why before children start lying, or no, children are very bad at lying. You know, you can you can quickly tell that they're lying because they don't actually want to lie, because they're more in the heart. But once they start getting into the mind, then they're just starting to tell all these lies, you know. But they're really bad at it because they're still living in the heart mainly. Uh, but living in the heart is truth, you know, because it's liberating to be in the truth, and it's liberating to be in the heart as well. So you got to free your mind. Okay, make the intention, or get in with the universal flow and allow things to be. Let yourself be, rather than acting all the time and entangling yourself in your karma that has been given to you. So just let it be and allow things to settle, and follow the heart. Okay, and this is going to heal you. It's going to liberate you, all right, from becoming overly mechanistic, or overly mechanical, overly dull, you know, because living in the mind too much becomes very, very dull, you know, and you start to you need the nourishment from the heart, and you'll tell yourself this as well, and then you eventually start to migrate back into the heart, you know. But it kind of requires you getting caught in the head, or getting caught in your mind, until you're able to realize that you need to go back into the heart. Okay, but then there's also some people who aren't going to be able to go back into the heart, because they're getting caught in systems which are destroying their ability to live in their heart, destroying their heart actually, on like a physical level, so they can't actually go back into their emotion, or their emotional side is dying, it's withering away. And this is beings extracting the soul of these peoples. Okay, because without in the process of extraction of the soul, these people are going to be left as robotic beings, just pieces of mechanics, you know, where they're then going to be integrated technologically with whatever enhancements are coming out at the time, hardware wise, and the software to pair with it. And then those individuals are going to get caught in those systems, you know. So they're pretty much being assimilated in a way, technologically, by whatever beings are up to this. Okay, they're mostly unseen, so you got to open the mind to be able to see them. You cannot see them with the physical eyes because they aren't physical beings. More so, they're multi-dimensional beings, right? But they're here to make a mess of things, you know. But you're a multi-dimensional being as well, so you got to go back into the heart, which is where the power lays. Okay, this is where source is. The core is the source, right? So you get to go back in the heart. This is the core, the corazón, the core. Once you go back into the core, the heart, you can literally connect with source once again, and you can channel divinity, right? So you got to do this for yourself. This is the only thing you got to do. It's going to require giving up a lot of things, right? You got to sacrifice things that that are draining you of your life force. Okay? And one of these drains is technology. Okay? Because technology is the exteriorization of our mind, but a pure form of our mind where it's kind of assimilating us emotionlessly, you know. So we're then if we get too caught in it, we kind of get caught in this pure state of mind without emotions, you know. But there's a lot more to it as well. You can see that there's EMFs coming from the phone or technologies that are actually poking holes in our electromagnetic fields, and this results in physical ailments or damages. So you also got to use it less, or you got to get protection from the EMFs of the technology, you know. Or you got to ground yourself, you got to balance it out with nature. Nature is the catalyst for healing, so you can heal your electromagnetic field through pranic activation. And as you connect with the etheric bodies, you can heal yourself cosmically. You know, this involves the electromagnetic field. So if you're balancing, if you do this connection enough with the etheric bodies, then no matter what's happening to your electromagnetic field, you can heal it up. If there's holes getting punctured because of technology, you can just heal them, you know, through connection chronically. And this is what the earth can do as well. You're a fractalization of the earth. Okay, the earth, if the ozone layer hole is poked because we're fucking it up, or because we're making it sick, so it can't heal itself, all we got to do is get in harmony, and it'll be able to heal itself from the cosmic influx of energy faster than what it was able to be damaged, because it's its ability, because it's an immortal being, and you are too. So you have the same being, you have the same abilities. It's just that you're not taught about these, right? And you're not taught, you're not told, you're kept blinded of them, you know. So there's a lot of stuff we're blinded to. So what you need to do is you got to open the mind, but you must not get caught in the mind. The mind is the accumulator of information. You know, it knows things, but it does not. If you're fully in the mind, you wouldn't be able to feel things. You got to balance the two, and you got to have coherency in the balancing. Otherwise, you can fall, and you can go into like a state of devolving, maybe. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, have a great evening.